And I want to bring in ABC's Deputy Political Director, Averi Harper, for a little bit more on how this decision could now impact the November midterm elections. Averi, how do you see this impacting how candidates campaign now and how people vote in November?
Right. I think that there are voices on both sides of this issue that are hoping that this will be a galvanizing issue for voters. On Friday, we heard Democrat after Democrat urge Americans to vote for candidates who support and will ensure access to abortion for women across this country. At the same time, we've seen Republicans, fresh off this victory for their cause, which was to overturn Roe, the product of years of organizing behind this issue. They want to see this go even further. When I was poring over some of those reactions from some of those Republican lawmakers, there is a desire to push even further on this issue for perhaps things like a national abortion ban. But when you look at recent polling, including our own, and you asked American voters, what are the most important issues as you are determining who you're going to vote for? Abortion is not at the top of this list. It's really issues of inflation and the economy. But there are hopes that because we're sort of seeing the rubber hit the road, in regards to this issue, that might shift.
Now, what about on the state level? Because ultimately, this decision has now been punted to the states.
Right. So we're seeing governors across the country handle this differently. We know that there are trigger bans that have already gone into effect in several states. We understand that there are more issues in more states that will follow as we continue to go on with this issue. But you're also seeing Democrats on the other side of the issue really try to commit to keeping abortion access in their states. And we've even seen on the West Coast, we've seen the governors of California, Washington, Oregon band together, committing to not only provide abortion access for women who might be fleeing these other states, but also trying to figure out ways that they can prevent those women from being punished in their home states for seeking abortion elsewhere.
And in response, so former President Obama tweeted about the Supreme Court ruling, tweeting against it, calling it, reversing nearly 50 years of precedent. Senator John Cornyn, a Republican from Texas, then responded saying, now do Plessy versus Ferguson and Brown versus the Board of Education, old Supreme Court cases dealing with segregation. Has he explained that tweet at all? Because it got a lot of backlash. Has he sort of explained further what he meant by that? And could cases like that be in jeopardy now?
Right. So Senator Cornyn did try to clarify that tweet. He said that thank goodness that some Supreme Court decisions are overturned. Plessy versus Ferguson upheld segregation. The Brown case overturned segregation in schools. And so that was his reasoning. Regardless of his reasoning or his intent in that comment, it did draw attention to the fact that there are concerns that because we've seen this precedent overturned, that there are others that could be in jeopardy. And you don't have to look very far. Look at Justice Clarence Thomas, his concurring opinion, where he specifically named certain cases having to do with contraception, with same-sex marriage, that he said should be revisited because of this decision. And so I think it's a very legitimate fear that folks have, and it's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on.
Okay, but so Cornyn is trying to say, just because you're overturning precedent doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Look at Plessy and Brown versus the Board of Education. Precedent overturned was a good thing in that case.
Right. That is his argument. Whether you believe that or you agree with that, that was the intent of his comment is something that viewers and folks who are reading it will have to determine.
All right, Averi, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.